Okay, now you've made a name for yourself. You know, once you have a name, there are going to be people calling you up because they want you to do particular projects and campaigns. Why? Because your name has power and it pulls in people, right? And also, the brand has power and it pulls in people also. So, in development, you are on a Zoom call. And on this Zoom call, the executive asks you, how far would you like to push it? And you smirk and you specifically respond, let's push it. I'm game. And the executive replies, challenge accepted. Now, according to parade.com, Reddit, Yahoo, AOL, whatever you want to call it, this was a particular conversation between the executives at American Eagle and Sweeney, right? About the Gene commercial, right? Now, I'm going to be upfront with you, allegedly, because I am not for sure if this is actually true. This is just information that's been put out there. And guys, you know how information runs, right? You put it out there, it runs a mile. But what I want to specifically talk about, and this is the question that I want to ask, right? Because number one, if, let's just say, if that actually happened and that conversation actually went on, number one, that means that they knew that they were going to be edgy and they were going to stir up some stuff, right? And then number two, they agreed to do so. So it was an agreement. I want to get that out the way, right? Again, when I say allegedly, I'm not really allegedly person because I do a lot of news. So I'm quoting from the mainstream and the big think tanks. You understand what I'm saying? So again, this is what's supposed to have been said. Now let's get into it. My question is this: is it a controversy that is being used to cause chaos? So is it about race manipulation or genes and genetics? Or is it just simply selling, appealing to people of vanity? You understand what I'm saying? It could be a little bit of both, but that's my question. So is it race manipulation? Is it just, you understand what I'm saying, controversy to stir up chaos? Or is it just simply selling and appealing to the vanity that is in humanity? You understand what I'm saying? Now let's dig into it. Guys, I want you to put your headsets on because I really want you to hear this, right? Because I think there's value in this and I think we can get something out of it. As people in general, no matter what race you are, number one, you have to remember that if you're not careful, there are all kind of lawsuits going on in our world, right? So number one, it's about being careful. Number two, it's about learning the things that you need to learn so that you'll be equipped that when you go out into the world, whatever you choose to do, you will have a bank inside of you that is educating you and helping you to understand, hey, I better not go down this path, or it's okay to go down. Now, I want to let you both know straight up, I'm talking to you straight up, that both sides, no matter if you're black, no matter if you white, both sides do the same exact thing. And I'm going to show you how. One is a little bit different, but both sides do the same exact thing. Now, if you're one of those people that you just don't like the truth or you just don't want to see it from a different perspective, you can go ahead and click off now. You understand what I'm saying? Because TCLN Network is all about bringing value and bringing understanding. And sometimes people don't want that. Sometimes people want a parade, they want to fuss, they want to make it out of what they want to make it. So if that's not you, that's fine. You can go ahead and click off. But for those who like to learn, no matter who you are and no matter what race you are, you like to learn and you don't have like this chip on your shoulder and you just really want to gather some information just to see what someone is saying, at least a different perspective, stay along. I won't keep you that long. So just stay along, right? So number one, let's look at this thing. I want to be upfront. This is the things that I do know, right? So earlier I mentioned what I don't know. I'm just going off of what these so-called platforms said that happened in this executive meeting. But I'm going to go off of what I do know and that I did research. Number one, there is no agency that has credited and described that they like a screenwriter. There's no screenwriter. Most of the time when you do commercials or you do scripts and all this kind of stuff, there's a script writer or there's a screenwriter. So there's no one known to have written this script, right? Number two, it is described as an in-house work. So an in-house ad that was done and a work. Number three, the names of the individuals included Jennifer Foyle, which is the AE&A creative director, which is the American Eagle creative director, and then Craig Bromers, the CMO, which is the chief marketing officer, okay, which is approves. So chief marketing officers, they either approve or they help shape a brand in the project, right? When it's dealing with commercials, right? So I do want to give you that information. So again, this was in-house work. It was done by the American Eagle, probably an advertising in-house firm or something like that, but that's who done it, right? Now, let's move on. What I want us to get to understand is that a lot of times when things are said in this world, it could be a trigger to some people, right? Sometimes it's not a trigger, sometimes it's more of a competition. So, do you know that people can compete on anything, guys? Like, people will compete about anything. People will be driving up the freeway. My car look better than yours. My car can go faster than yours. My house is bigger than yours. My child looks better than yours. My hair is better than yours. I've had people talk about my wig. I've had people say, don't nobody want to look at you with that wig on and the same clothes you wear. Trust me. And they was the people that look like me that said it. So, but at the end of the day, that never stopped me because I was continuing knowing who I am, that I add value. So whether people like what you do or what they don't like what you do, it wasn't going to stop me, right? So people compete on anything. And sometimes we have to understand, when we have to know the difference when two races are competing and everybody else is just caught in the crossfire or the race fire, or the difference between when something is subtly actually being said to the rest of the population, right? So the reason why people got in the uproar behind this, because this is what was actually said: my blonde hair, my blue eyes, my good genes. Not just referring to the genes, but according to some people who wanted to interpret it the way they interpret it, genes, like our genes, right? And here is what the voiceover said. The voiceover said, genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often delivering traits like hair color, personal eye color. My genes are blue. That was the voiceover, right? And then there's a voiceover with a male, and he steps in and say, Sydney Sweeney, genes are great, or her genes are good, to that effect, right? So we know, if we're looking at it, that that's wordplay, what you call wordplay. The reason why we know it's wordplay, because we can look at the facts in it, right? You look at the facts in the voiceover. Genes are passed down, you understand what I'm saying, from parents to offspring, right? Referring to hair color, referring to eye color, referring to genes. You understand what I'm saying? So we know that that was more intentional. Person or in-house or a company could say, well, it's reflective of genes, but the voiceover is saying something totally different, because your hair color, and when you're doing when you look at the commercial, when you go look at the commercial, you'll see the skin where she's wrapping up the jeans and her skin is showing. So of course it's insinuating her skin, it's insinuating all these things, right? The color, the skin, the hair, the eyes. We know this, right? No matter what people try to tell us, we're not dumb. In other words, but we are multifaceted people, and we don't just think on one level, especially as creatives. When we talk about skin, skin can mean multiple things. When we talk about eye can mean multiple things. You understand what I'm saying? So we know just by looking at that, that no matter how you try to say it's about genes, they're actually referring to, I like to say, instead of them just coming out saying, hey, I am a Caucasian girl, or I'm a white female, my eyes are blue, my hair is blonde, and my jeans are good. Not just my jeans, but the jeans I wear. That's actually being more honest, right? Isn't that being more honest? Because would people still be in an uproar? Of course they would. So they would be in an uproar if you said it flatly, but they would also be in an uproar if you said it the way that you said it. Why? Because we understand things on multiplicity of levels. Now, the reason why I wanted to say, and the reason why I asked the question, is this more a racial thing to get everybody stirred up with race and to make sales? Is this more of a, let's think about it. Is it more about controversy? You understand what I'm saying? Manipulation of genetics? Or is it just plain old chaos? Let's cause chaos. Let's make sales. Let's get everybody's attention. Because remember, in this day and time, even on YouTube, TikTok, and everything, we've said it time and time again. If you're just naturally educating, everybody calls you boring. You're boring. You're boring. Nobody wants to hear that. You're boring. But if you're doing all these tricks and flips and all this clickbait and wickbait and talking about juicy stuff, and all this stuff, everybody's entertained, right? So sometimes you have to think about it with advertising too. People use chaos. One thing about race is that it is chaos, especially when it is dealing between black and white. It's chaos. Now, let me show you how it could also be a competition, just in case if you wasn't noticing. You say, well, IBK, that ain't no competition, girl. What you talking about? Well, just stay with me, right? Because when we look at the black side, or what we call black women, as myself, and then black people who are in powers of positions to do ads and commercials, to do black business stuff. And I'm going to show you how some of it is the same, but I'm going to show you what the difference was also. So I'm going to show you, right? So stick with me. Now, back in the 1960s and the 70s, there was a print and a TV ad that was 11 vintage beauty ads, right? And it was to celebrate black beauty, right? So they did the afro hair, they did the ultra sheen, and they did the cocoa butter, they did the natural hair and the radiant, right? And black women, honey, when black women do something, they do it. Oh, baby, they do it in body, and they do it in volume, and they do it in afro puff, and they do it in style, and they do it in attitude. But it's still the same message. That person is saying my whites or my jeans are beautiful. And these people are saying my jeans are beautiful. They may don't say it in words, but it's being said, right? Now, in Essence, how many times you been to Essence film festivals? How many times you read an Essence magazine? How many times you read an Ebony magazine? How many times you been to an all black woman function? Y'all guys, you already know, right? Now, beauty is the theme, right? I don't know how to pronounce this, so I think it's Kodia Diop or something like that. Khoudia Diop. Melanin goddess or melanin goddess, right? So that's superior. You're calling yourself a goddess. So she says my genes are superior. Well, think about this. Melanin goddess. You're saying it's superior. Because remember, a God is superior above all things, right? So I just want you to see that sometimes, guys, we get caught up in the race baiting and acting a fool, but it's probably just a competition between these people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they probably not even fighting. They all making their money, chilling, laughing, and talking, and just doing uproars, getting attention. You understand what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, everybody's making their money, except the people who are hollering about race and going crazy. So sometimes you have to break down themes and break down all this stuff and get out of what you think it may be, and get out of and just look at both sides. You have to be objective is what I'm really trying to say, right? Because you saying that you're a melanin goddess, knowing that it's always told that white people don't have melanin, you're saying you're superior. White people saying my genes, trying to refer to some genes, but really saying their genes superior. It's the same thing. It's two races competing. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about which one is superior. And sometimes we don't look at the facts in the situation, right? Embracing your natural complexion, which is the Kodia, what I'm talking about, the melanin goddess, right? Different is beautiful. So what we saying is that, or what's being saying is that white is norm, but being different is beautiful. Do you understand that? So you can see how clearly both sides do the same exact thing. I know, like, some people are gonna say, "Oh, IBK, I see it." You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying. And then there are gonna be some that continue to want to sow the race bait and the anger, the craziness, the foolishness, because that's what they get a kick out of. And at the end of the day, they make money on everybody doing it. You understand what I'm saying? It's just a part of the program. You know, it's just a part, it's a part of the programming, it's the part of the conquer and divide, it's a part of all the mess. But if you pay attention, they all do it. You understand what I'm saying? And I just wanted to point that out. That's what I wanted to talk to you about today, right? That's what I wanted to talk about. Now, also what the difference is, because I told you I would tell you what the difference is, right? The difference is that the American Eagle ad blatantly referred to genes. You understand what I'm saying? Even though they say genes, that people took it as eugenics, right? You're talking about genes. You're saying that your genes are superior, right? So that's a little bit of the difference. But at the truth, at the end of it, when you talk about your melanin, because your melanin is genetics. Like you can't change your melanin. You can't change like the type of skin you have, right? And what's in your skin. That's genetic too. So when you say goddess, you're still saying superior. So even though you may consider it a little bit different and a little bit blatant on how they said it, on the other end of the spectrum, I want you guys to understand the similarities. Both sides are saying the same thing, and it's their competition. It's not our competition, it's their competition. They the ones make money off of doing it. You don't make money from it, they make money from it. They make money from selling you the products, whether it's shea butter, she butter, he butter, hoe butter. They make money from selling you the jeans, whether they blue jeans, purple jeans, brown jeans, or whatever jeans. You know, it's them, and it's their what you call created chaos to get everybody's attention and to get everybody stirred up. You understand what I'm saying? And to get everybody talking. How do you get people to come to your YouTube channel? How do you get people to come to your TikTok? You have to bring them in with a hook, right? You have to bring some type of hook. Some hooks are more ethical than others. Some hooks are more balanced out than others. But at the end of the day, you bring people in by hooking them. And some people use chaos to hook you. It's just the way it is, guys. So I want you to be blessed. I hope that this in some way, help you to say, oh, okay, I see what you're saying. And if not, and you one of those type of people, you like to fight and you like to make it out of, and you want to talk about historically what happened. Well, baby, if you want to talk about historically, this was back historically in the 1960s and 70s. You know, back in Martin Luther King them day, the 11 vintage beauty, when they were also doing the same thing on the black side before we were even born, guys. So this means that their competition has been going on for a very, very long time. No, my white is beautiful. No, my black is beautiful. No, my skin is beautiful. No, my skin is this. My skin reflects with the sun. Well, my skin is pure. Well, my eyes are blue and mine's are cocoa. Well, your skin is this, and well, your skin is that. And, well, my hair is this. Well, my hair is multifaceted. Well, my lips are this. Well, my lips are that. Well, then why you got to go get an injection to make your lips look like ours? You know, it's just this back and forth competition, right? Well, why you got to wear weave to make y'all hair look like ours? And well, why you got to do this? And why you got to, you understand what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, it's just chaos. It ain't nothing but pure chaos. And chaos sells. If you get up there and you're doing something really, really positive, how many people are doing something so beautifully positive and they really don't have that many views on TikTok and on YouTube? But guess what? You know how many videos has been saw on YouTube behind this ad, all because it caused chaos? Yeah, that's how you make. That's how they do it, baby. Whether it's on the black side or white side, it doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want you to know that it's not your battle. It's not your competition. If you one of those type of people that you really understand that fishes come in all colors, dogs come in all colors, uh, uh, trees come in all colors. You can look at the trees; they all green, but they still got different tones of green. Like everything just has all different kind of colors, all different type of styles, all kind of things. The only thing that fights over stuff like this is what's called created chaos that comes out of the form of what they call humanity and its vanity. You guys have a great day, okay? Bye-bye.
Going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
Hi there, I'm Abby Kay. Welcome to the Creative Leadership Network, known as TCLN, where education is the specialty and solutions are the art. I brought this broadcast together so that we can rise above social, systemic, and spiritual issues that we face every day in our nation. The goal is to help us to do better, get better, and become better. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, make sure that your phone notifications are turned on so that you will not forget to be inspired and to stay informed.